Hello everyone and welcome back to another 1.20 Let's Play video. Today we are going to be taking on my biggest redstone project to date, which isn't saying much at all, but I am very excited for it. So if you are excited as well, be sure to like and subscribe, and let's go ahead and jump right in. First things first, we're going to have to name some of our horses. I'm only going to name half of them because we do have 35 horses. So we'll name half of them in this episode and then half of them in the next episode. So rapid fire, let's name these horses. First, we have Mayonnaise, Spirit, Nightfall, Cotton Ball, Fudge, Carrot, Epona, Mocha, CB for Creamy Boy, Myrtle May, Pepper, Honey, Tofu, Rigatoni, Gaston, Lady Blue, and then finally Emily Kate and Isabel. I was thinking that it could be really cool to keep track of what horse has what name with a little ledger. So maybe we can go over here and kind of recreate this chart in this book. We'll have white horses first. From here, we can just record the name underneath the pattern. And I'll do that for all of the different colors. We'll just go around and find the horse. So this one is a dark brown with black dots. So I'll go here under dark brown and black spots and write Emily Kate. And so on and so forth. For these little pixels that do annoy me a little bit, I am paying a lot of attention to them, but now we have this filled out ledger book and we'll update it in next episode whenever we name the rest of the horses. And we'll just place it here. It just feels so Harvest Moon. I love it, honestly. Anyways, to get on to today's video idea, I always need moss. You can use it for mossy cobblestone, mossy stone bricks, and then of course moss by itself is nice. So I thought it'd be fun to build a little moss farm in today's episode, and it's fully going to be automatic and it's going to be a really cool redstone project. If you've watched me at all, you know that I am not very handy when it comes to redstone, but for some reason I'm just so excited to jump on into this little redstone project. I've just been getting the itch to do something a little bit more complicated, I guess. This build is even going to use a slime block. That means that it's advanced, right? I've never ever had to use a slime block in a redstone build before. But now let's begin collecting the things that we're going to need for this little project. So we're going to need some pistons, and we are going to be using a sticky piston as well, which I am very excited about. Of course, a little bit of moss, honestly only one, but we'll grab two just in case. A bit of stone, a bunch of hoppers, which pains me to do, honestly, because we don't really have a lot of iron. Maybe an iron farm is going to be in my future. Also, how do you craft a dispenser? I think you need a bow, right? We build it something like this. Apparently, you need redstone torches to build repeaters. I had no idea. And we will need 8 of those. I just went ahead and collected the rest of the things I'm going to need for this project. And we are going to have to gather just a few more things like some obsidian and some lava. And don't worry, a lava farm is coming very soon. I do realize how beneficial that could be for me. We'll just need 8 sources of lava, and that is our very first lava bucket, believe it or not. And then a bunch more obsidian. And this is actually so much faster with efficiency 5. Who would have thought? That should be enough. Now we're going to be building this build right here in between the hobbit hole and then the mine entrance. I really want to start filling up some of the empty areas in my base. Obviously, I will be following a tutorial for this build, so I will leave that linked down below if you would like to build this as well. A lot of this is going to be me referring to the video, pausing, rewinding, rewatching, all of the above. You probably know how it goes whenever you're watching a tutorial. In this world, I really do want to experiment with a lot more redstone and just farms in general, because they truly make your life easier. And I guess I didn't really realize that until a little bit later in my Minecraft journey. Do you see way over there that pillager on top of my house? What is he doing up there? He's just hanging out. Anyways, once we get this farm in, we're going to have unlimited moss, and I'm going to be so happy. We'll also get all of the other mossy goodies like mossy layers and azalea bushes. And the build that is going to go around this moss farm is going to be so cool too, and I'm so excited to get it in. It's actually going to be the biggest build in the world thus far, I believe. I think even bigger than the library. It's at least going to be fairly close. So I guess we're going to copy the same kind of design on all 4 of these sides, and hopefully this lava doesn't start any fires because that would be very sad, wouldn't it? I love that noise. Next, we just need to add a bunch of pistons, and thanks to this video, I figured out how to place pistons upside down without actually having to go below. You just have to line it up to the corner. Isn't that so neat? You learn new things all the time. All right, let's go ahead and finish the rest of this redstone project. I haven't tried to run this thing because I wanted to try it out together for the first time. So wait, let's step back. This is what we are looking at. Look how ugly it is. But that's okay because it's going to give us plenty of moss and we're going to cover it up with a build. So we just need to place some bone meal inside of this dispenser, and then I think we flip this lever and it should do the thing. I think it's doing the thing. Let's see. Okay. Bad things are happening. I don't know what is happening, but I see some cobblestone. That should not be happening for sure. Okay, wait just a second. What is going on here, you little build? What did I do wrong? Ah, okay. Ah, bad things are happening. Lava, please stop. Lava, if you could not destroy my entire base, I would be very happy. Stop it. Stop. Anyways, I wonder if I fixed the problem. Probably not, but let's find out. So we flip the lever and then we see... Okay, no, problems are still happening. See, the moss shouldn't just stay there like that. And then there's cobblestone. That's a bad sign. I have tried to build this in creative and it worked so well. I don't know what is going on. 3rd time's a charm? Maybe? Oh, I think it might be working. Yeah, I think it's working. Okay, I forgot 2 pieces of redstone and yeah, I just like ruined everything. Isn't that crazy? Don't you just love redstone? But just like that, we're going to have more moss than we could ever want and all of the moss bits as well. Wow, I'm so happy and I'm so proud that I was able to fix the issue too. Wait, it's all cobblestone now. What is happening? Guys, I don't know what the problem is. I don't know what to do. It was going so well too. So I ended up fixing it and then I did proceed to break it again and I figured out what the trick is. So while the farm is running, you cannot open up the dispenser at all. Not even in the slightest. You can't even take a peek. You have to completely turn it off, let it run its last cycle, and then you can check the dispenser. So once you check the dispenser, the farm breaks. Note to self, don't open the dispenser. Okay, anyways, enough with the gross redstone stuff. Let me go ahead and clean up my mess and we can actually start this build. I would like to get on into the build, so I just quickly gathered everything that I'm going to need for the build, and I really need to make myself a giant wheat field because I don't think this is going to be enough mud, so I'll have to get on that at some point soon. And of course, I do need to find a desert as well because getting the sandstone, it's just so expensive and it's so difficult to do without a desert. Now we're kind of going to have a circle-esque shape around the redstone farm and then a little bit of sandstone peeking through. Clearly, this build is on a hill, but I kind of want to use the land to my advantage and kind of just build around it rather than flattening it. I know that this looks like a whole lot of nothing right now, but we're just going to trust the process and I think it's going to turn out good. Okay, something kind of like this. We'll stack up these bits like so and then make little arches. And I do want to sprinkle in some of the packed mud into the mud bricks just to give it an extra texture. And to give the sandstone a little bit of texture, we will sprinkle in some birch planks, kind of like we did with the hobbit hole. And we'll just copy that same thing on all 4 of the sides. Luckily, we actually had enough mud to finish this bottom layer, especially since we're kind of building it into the hill here. On the top, we're kind of going to follow that same design that we did down here, but we're going to do it with stripped spruce and some cherry instead. I don't think I've ever built something quite like this before, and I'm really excited about it. I think it's going to look really cool in the world. On the sides, we're just going to tower up with some cherry planks. Of course, have to get a bit of cherry in there. In the top open spots, we'll have some stripped cherry log, and then I want to add yellow stained glass windows in the center. I just feel like the yellow really is going to pop against the rest of the colors of this build, and it's gonna look really cool. I always forget about stained glass. I don't know why, but it's such a cool way to spice up your builds, and it's so easy. And let's just take a little step back and see what this build is looking like so far. I think it's looking really good actually, and the roof is going to look so cool too, that mossy roof that I was talking about. I'm very excited. Now to replace the mud for these yellow stained glass windows, and I don't know why, but I just really love the color yellow all of a sudden. It's just so pretty. I actually have a little yellow sheep going on in the sheep farm because I just want to start building with yellow a little bit more. Just look at that nice pop of color. Ooh, maybe we could put some sunflowers on the roof of the build. That would look so cool, except they will be facing this way, unfortunately. Wouldn't it be so cool though if they face that way? It's kind of unfortunate that we can't just change the direction that the sunflowers face. That'd be cool if we could do that somehow. At least we'll put some dandelions on the roof. I think that would tie in these windows nicely. Actually, this side might not have any windows because we do need an entrance into this build. And I was thinking about building another little section over here so we can walk up to it and then go to the main part of the build, I guess. If that makes any sense, we'll just have a little staircase, another little section here, and then we'll be able to actually access the farm from this wall. So that being said, I think that I'm going to go ahead and get busy building and get the rest of the build in. Just a little side note, I did build this mushroom cottage in a recent long play video, and I will leave that link down below if you want to watch it. And it's just here in the middle of the dark oak forest, right by the skeleton spawner. I want to start doing long plays in this world so that I am able to continue to fill it out with lots of builds. And then that way I'm able to do all of my projects on camera rather than doing things off camera, because I love to play Minecraft and sometimes I don't want to do a full episode and, edit it and all of that stuff. So a nice long play is a great way to have a happy medium. Anyways, back to the overworld to look at the new build, and I am quite happy with how this turned out. I love all of the colors and I think it looks so good with the hobbit hole right underneath it. The hobbit hole goes really well with that build up there. And I really love how this build is kind of built into the hill. I think I really used the land around here nicely. And if we go onto the inside, I have not finished the interior yet. That is what we are going to work on right now. And that's definitely going to be a task because it is pretty messy in here. So maybe we can add a little dark oak floor here. And I think that I want to do it on this level, meaning that we will have to do a little step up to get up here. Frankly, I'm not really going to worry too much about how the interior of this place looks. I just want it to look finished, if that makes sense. Here's that little dark oak stair. We'll bring these spruce pillars down, and then we just kind of need to fill in the walls where it is kind of built into the hill. Oh, and it looks like we have a friend in full chainmail. Kind of cool, honestly. And maybe we can sprinkle in some spruce logs just to break up the floor a little bit. Ceilings are honestly one of the hardest things for me to figure out what to do with because it can make such a good impact to the interior of your builds, but I just never know what to do with them. Like, should I cover it up or should I kind of just leave it moss? Maybe we can just clean it up. We definitely don't have a shortage of moss, but maybe we kind of leave it moss maybe, and then sprinkle some glowberry vines around as well. Maybe that could look good. I really don't know why I left the build. I need to be in here. I believe that this is as close as I'm going to get with this dome shape. For some reason, making circular things in Minecraft is just so hard for me. Oh, well, I was just harvesting some wheat so that I can make some more mud bricks. But a creeper exploded. Clearly. I will finish fixing this up another time. It's definitely not going to be like the potion shop that exploded. Definitely not anything like that. I'll fix it soon, I promise. Coming up soon, I do want to make a proper wheat field because wheat is so useful for packed mud, and right now we just have a few sporadic wheat fields around and it's just really not getting the job done. Oh, hello, horse, who has yet to be named. For now, we're just going to have to make this work. Oh, I'm so sorry. I did not mean to hit you. I apologize, but you are kind of in my wheat field. Goodness gracious, things are just not going well for me now, are they? Ooh, look at the build from up here. I love all of the lilacs on the roof. It looks so good, and I think it ties together all of the pink that's around the base and on the build. Anyways, I was thinking that here on these corner bits, we could kind of fill it in with some mud bricks. Note to self, we need to start a glowberry farm. Now let's just plant these glowberry vines around. And once these grow up, then I will bone meal them. Oh, look, that one already grew. I'll bone meal them so that we can get some more glowberries, and I'll also trim them up a bit so we don't have glowberry vines all the way down here at the floor. Ooh, what if we get a spore blossom? Let me see if I have one. I think that would look super neat. Oh, we do. Perfect. And I'll just put it right here in the middle. I think with that, I'm going to go ahead and leave this section of the moss factory just like this, and I just need to work on this entrance bit. Obviously, we should keep on theme with a little moss ceiling. Sprinkle some cluttery bits around. Oh, there are pillagers. Of course there are. Don't mind me. I think that this is looking pretty cute in here. And in these chests, we can just put some extra bones and then maybe some bone meal as well, so that we can fill up the dispenser whenever we want to. Oh my goodness, I completely did not realize that there's literally a window right here that won't work at all. The very last thing that we need to do is just add a little path to get up to the new build. And of course, sprinkle some bushes around. I just keep on thinking of new things to add outside, but what if we get some of these pitcher pods? I think that'd be so cool. We haven't planted them anywhere in our world yet, and maybe some torch flowers. We'll see about that one. I'll go ahead and store the remaining seeds inside of the garden shop. Definitely something very different, but I kind of like it, honestly. With that, I'm pretty sure that we're all done with this build. I'm so happy with how it turned out. And even the inside, yes, is very simple, but it does feel pretty magical in here. I just want to go ahead and fill up the dispenser with bone meal. This dispenser can hold so much bone meal, and this is going to make so much moss. I want to leave this thing running for a while and see how much moss and things we can get with a full dispenser of bone meal. I'm sure we can get so much, but I will let you know. Oh, I guess it's thunderstorming. Love to see it, but we'll just leave that thing running while I run to my bed. Also, this way I can see if there are any more problems with the farm, if I truly can just leave it running for a while, or if it's going to break. Hopefully it does not. I don't think it will, but you know, it definitely could. So far, it's looking pretty good, but I am going to go ahead and wrap this up here. Oh, I have on my wrong skin. Go ahead and just ignore that. Anyways, I'll let you know the profits at the end of the outro, but I hope that you have enjoyed this episode. If you haven't already, be sure to like and subscribe. I hope that you all have a lovely, lovely day, and thank you so much for watching. Bye! This is what we were able to get with a full dispenser of bone meal, and I think it's safe to say that we shouldn't just stand around and AFK here because things have started to fill up in the hoppers and they're just kind of waiting around up here, but clearly this farm works very well.